bringing you the latest Arizona high school football recruiting news year-round. This is the Recruiting Roundup on ProsToPreps.com.
Hello and welcome to the Recruiting Roundup on ProsToPreps.com. It's that time of the week. This is Jason Jewell. My name is Jared Cohen, bringing you the latest in Arizona high school football recruiting. Ton of players from around the state, former Valley guys selected to the NFL in the draft. There were 5 of them. Also some guys that signed via free agency after the fact. We're going to bring you all those names. But before that, guys currently in high school continue to get some offers. Also some players getting their first offers. The first one we're going to hit on, the stud of the 2015 class, Christian Kirk, added an SEC offer.
Not even a junior yet. He just got his 8th offer. Texas A&M offered the kid on Monday. Like you said, he's the top player in the state of Arizona for the 2015 class and will be one of the top prospects in the entire nation.
So Texas A&M for Christian Kirk. How about Kyle Allen added an offer from a team in the national championship game last year?
#1 quarterback in the country out of Desert Mountain. Kyle was offered by Notre Dame. Big-time offer for him. He visited UCLA last weekend, and he's going to go visit Wisconsin this weekend. So the recruiting is really starting to heat up for this kid.
His teammate over at Desert Mountain, who also has a Notre Dame offer, is Mark Andrews, and he picked up a Pac-12 offer.
Yeah, Cal was his, I believe, 23rd offer for Mark. Big kid, 6'6", 235 pounds. We'll see how Cal plans on trying to fit him into their offense. But he's a kid that wants to be a wide receiver, but potentially could be a tight end at the next level.
Staying in Scottsdale, but over to Saguaro High School, is Luke Rebenzer, teammate of Christian Kirk. He got an offer as well.
Third offer from Army. Also has offers from Air Force and Navy. So he's a smart kid. He's above a 4.0 GPA. I know Wisconsin's really looking at him hard. So is Arizona State and Cal.
3 guys from Hamilton High School. The first one, a safety, Jawan Jones.
It was his second offer. He was offered by San Diego State before his junior season. Colorado State has jumped in and offered him. He's a big, good-looking kid, 6'3" and over 200 pounds. I expect a few more offers to roll in for him.
A linebacker for that Husky defense is Santana Sterling.
He really is one of the leaders of the defense for Hamilton. Plays that middle linebacker spot. First offer from Tulane. And I'm actually shocked he doesn't have more offers. His film is very good. 6'2", 220-pound player.
And then the last guy, you go to the offensive side of the ball, Casey Tucker. He's had quite a few offers, recently decommitted from SC. He added an offer.
Now his 20th offer from San Diego State. Might be a little bit of a long shot for him to end up playing for the Aztecs. I know Stanford's really a school he's really looking hard at right now, and a school he'll probably visit here in a few weeks.
Going down to Tucson, Kalen Dabowski, the wide receiver, picked up another offer.
Second offer, already been offered by New Mexico State. North Texas jumped in and offered him. He had over 1,300 yards receiving in Texas, now down at Salpointe. We'll see what he does next year for Coach Benet.
And last but certainly not least, player out of Coolidge, J.T. Gray.
8th offer, University of Utah offered him. A versatile player. He's more like an athlete category, not necessarily a running back or a DB, but he's 6 foot and almost 200 pounds, good-looking kid. I know Alabama also went down and saw him last week.
Wow, Alabama, J.T. Gray. Now let's get into the players that are going to be playing in the NFL next season, guys that used to be high school studs out here in the state of Arizona. The first one of the players selected as high as I can remember, Jason, Dion Jordan. Miami Dolphins traded up to select him. He was a prospect out of Chandler High School.
What a great player and a great kid out of Chandler. He's a kid I ranked the #1 prospect in the state of Arizona for his class. He played wide receiver at Chandler, ended up playing defensive end, outside linebacker at Oregon, and what a career he had. Love him, and like you said, one of the highest drafted players ever in Arizona history.
The second player that was drafted, another Chandler prospect, Marcus Wheaton, who went to Oregon State.
He's a kid that transferred from Mountain Point, ended up at Chandler, and then at Oregon State, he ends up as their all-time leading receiver. For him to go on and get drafted that high, what a testament to the athletes that they have over at that Chandler school.
The first special team guy that was drafted was Jeff Locke, went to Mountain Ridge High School, then on to UCLA.
He was the #1 punter in the nation by Scout.com, ended up being the #1 punter drafted in this class. He was a 4-year starter at UCLA. What a big leg, and he'll end up probably having a long NFL career.
Another Chandler player, that makes 3, Mark Anthony, defensive back.
He's a kid I really liked out of high school, was a 3-star prospect, ended up being a 3-year starter at Cal, and then ended up getting drafted. Another great kid. That's a good theme with all these These are all great kids and great people, and that's what the NFL is looking for in their programs.
And finally, the lone quarterback on that list out of Notre Dame Prep, Sean Renfree, was toward the end of the draft, but the Falcons snatched him up before all was said and done.
4-star prospect coming out of Notre Dame, and probably dropped because he was injured, tore his pec at the last play of his college career. He's a very, very smart kid that plans on going to medical school, graduated from Duke in 3 years. The Falcons are getting a very smart, heady quarterback.
And then finally, there was a lot of players from around the state that were snatched up via free agency after the draft was over. We got some nifty looking and also pain in the butt graphics that we put together for you. Jason, let's run through these lists really quick. Some of the guys that are spotlighted that are going to be playing at NFL camps this summer.
You look at this first list, those 5 kids all have ties to Arizona colleges. Carr and Johnson played at Arizona State, while Rusty Fernando and Donovan Henley were players of mine at Glendale Community College. Trey Gillio, what a great story. Kid out of Kingman, very lightly recruited, ended up being a 3-year starter at NAU, and now going to get a shot in the league.
So there's Devron Carr, former ASU guy, Keelan Johnson as well, Trey Gillio out of Northern Arizona, Rusty Fernando, and Donovan Henley, both guys that are going to be playing minicamp. They got snatched up for minicamp. Here's the next list of players.
You're looking at this group, the standout here, the kid that I really liked out of high school, Zach Minter, another small school player at Montana State, out of Cactus High School. What a great story as well. Was a high school basketball player, was a point guard, ended up growing into a defensive tackle. He's 6'1" and 285 pounds. Big, good kid. Jamal Miles out of Peoria High, via ASU, Dan Moore, Miranda Mountain View player, and then Ray Polk out of Brophy and Lucas Reed out of Sabino High.
And then on the final list here, 3 more guys, all played pretty substantial Division I college football, but were standouts at high school as well.
Sir. Remington out of Valley Christian ended up going to Phoenix College, did the JUCO route first, and then went to Oregon, was a teammate of Deion Jordan. Craig Rowe, 4-year starter at Michigan, out of Chaparral. I'm shocked he actually wasn't drafted. And then Drew Terrell out of Hamilton, went to Stanford, and now going to play for my favorite team, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, already a fan of Drew Terrell. Now you can continue to be a fan of him, of course. Went long that time, but that is the recruiting roundup for this week. Congratulations to all those former Arizona athletes now playing in the NFL. And, of course, we'll continue to have the latest from a recruitment standpoint on the players still currently playing high school football in Arizona. For Jason Jewell, I'm Jared Cohen. This has been the Recruiting Roundup on ProsToPreps.com.